And so this is really the exciting part here of our presentation, to summarize everything up. Okay, you're going to build a stable of private lenders. This is very important. New investors, they don't focus enough energy, and of course they don't have this system, so that's one of the reasons why they don't. With our system, it's very easy to get you a stable of 5 to 30 lenders. You'll need those people. You're going to profile them. You're going to find out what deals they want, what areas they want. And I'll give you some examples of that just in a second. You know, you're going to become the source for private money, and all of our students are just, their business is taking off because they have access to private when no one else does. And so you're going to be able to do deals every month. You don't need experience. In fact, in some cases, David, it's better they don't have experience because they didn't have too many things that are stopping them. You don't need money. It's not necessary at all because the private lender is bringing the money to the table, and credit is not necessary. I've never had a private lender ask me about credit. They ask me about the deals. They certainly want to know that you have a plan to make money in the deal. But with that said, I mean, it's an incredible, incredible opportunity. Questions that people are having, David, one of them is, do I need a license to do this?
Well, first of all, if it's your own deal and you're putting deals together, of course not, because this is your own deal and you're doing your own business. Now, if you're partnering on a deal, again, you don't have to have a license because you have interest in the deal. If you are the referral source, now, as a referral source, you do have to make sure that you are doing things right. You can get a consultation fee. You can get a referral fee. You can get a processing fee. You could get a piece of the deal as a result. I've actually done that. One of the large deals that I put together, you saw the it was 9.7 million on a development deal. I actually got a piece of the deal as a result of putting the money together. And I got a referral fee on top of that. So I got paid twice on that transaction. And it was a wonderful deal, and believe me, it was a wonderful deal. But the answer is that you don't need a license. The important thing is that you realize these are people who are already lending, and as a result, they have a far greater sophistication than the average individual out there. So it's a much safer business to be dealing with.
I think this is an important point to highlight this year because there's other methods that are out there, you know, to go talk to friends and families and try to find high net worth individuals and try to convince them to do business with you. And David, we've talked about this many, many times. That is a very risky thing to do. You're taking a lot of people who don't know anything about private lending, trying to convince them to come into the business. There's just a lot of problems with that. And the biggest problem is it could take a lot of time and effort spinning your wheels. And that's what I see most investors doing. They don't have a system. This business model, this system that we have works. It's completely different than that. We don't do any of that kind of stuff. We find the private lenders that are already lending existing in your area, in various areas of the country, wherever you're investing. We find the people that are already doing it right now that have a little sophistication. You don't need to convince them that private lending's good. They already know it's good because they're already doing it. Okay? So with that said, now, David, let's get into a case study. This is an incredible deal, which you did recently, and it's a very good example of how private money can work for people.
Sure, and talk about a high. Talk about actually doing and getting paid for what you love. This was an 11-unit apartment building that I found. Again, I told you before, public records can find deals. It can find money. It can find buyers and sellers. Everything that you need is right there in public records. We will definitely show you all those aspects, but most importantly, we'll show you how to find the money. And we're going to talk about how that was so important on this deal. With this 11-unit building, I actually found this property through public records, and I bought it for $115,000. Pretty good deal. It actually had appraised for $350,000 as is and $440,000 subject to about $30,000 in repairs. Now, when I put the deal together, I found a private lender that would fund my side of the transaction, the $115,000. I also found another private lender that looked at the deal, saw the merits of the deal itself, and was willing to do not only the purchase of the property 100%, but also the repair on the property to bring it to the $440,000 value. So all I had to do now was fit a qualified buyer. I don't want somebody that couldn't do the transaction, but once I went and I found people that were already buying as well using my public record system, we found people who were buying, and all I had to do was present the deal and let them know it also comes with the financing. How many people do you think were going after it? The original price I was offering this at was $215,000, 215. But it actually started a bidding war, and before all was said and done, I sold the property for $245,000. That's well over $100,000 in one transaction. And let me tell you, that was a good day's work.
And I think the key thing here is, what you talked about here just a second ago. Let's just review this for a second, okay? You got private money for the purchase of the property, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. And you also were able to secure private money for your investor buyer, so to make it real easy for them to buy, correct?
That is correct. And I didn't even mention the best part. After getting paid that large fee that I was telling you about for putting the deal together, and that was a back-to-back close. So that all happened in one day. But beyond that, I also was able to get a referral fee for putting the financing together, which was another extra few grand. And as hey, it'll buy a Happy Meal at McDonald's, I would say. So that was actually getting paid twice on the deal.
So wait a second here. You got private money for the purchase, and you got private money for your investor buyer. You got paid, obviously, flipping the property, and you got paid a financing fee. I mean, that's incredible, guys. This is what private money can do for you. I mean, how many times are you trying to wait until someone's approved for financing? Well, you're going to find the good deals, and you're going to have a private lender lined up, and you just simply go to your private lender pool. And this is awesome type of a deal, David, for people to see that they can offer not only for the purchase, but for also when they sell, they can put private money in place and get their deals sold a lot faster.
There's so many ways to use private lenders to make your real estate investing so much simpler and so much more effective. It's one of the most powerful tools that you can have in your real estate investing arsenal. It's absolutely essential to do real estate investing with private money. There's no other way, really. You can deal with creative financing. You can get into owner financing. You can actually put together no money down deals, but it doesn't mean that the buyer or the seller doesn't get money. It's coming from the private lender's pockets, and that is an awesome place to be. Using leverage is a very, very powerful tool.
So the bottom line is people always want to know, how much money can I make with this system? And I think the reality is, because there's a number of ways to do deals, obviously it depends on the types of deals you're doing, but you've got personal deals, you've got partnership deals, because now that let's just put it this way, David, if they go out to the real estate club, if they put on the Craigslist or they say, I have private money, you're going to get swarmed. You're going to get all kinds of people talking to you, wanting to talk to you, and submitting deals to you. But the bottom line, that is a good thing, because you want to match the money to the best deals possible. This is very important for everyone to understand, David. Let's talk about this for a second. The whole goal of this program is to match the money to the best deals possible, and many people out there, you just don't have the money, and you also don't have the right deals. But if you have the money and you have the ability to attract a large groups of people to follow you, to submit deals to you, that's where your life starts to change, because you're going to cherry pick the best deals. And some of you are trying to force that square peg in that round hole. I got to get this deal done because I got to get it done because I got to get it done. That's not what we do, David. Let's talk about that a little bit.
As we said, in the personal deals, that one deal was over $100,000, well over $100,000. Partnership deals, it's very easy to get those deals over and over again. You're absolutely right. There are so many people right now just trying to fit a square peg into a round hole because that's the only deal they think they can even get close to closing. When you have access to the money, they come back. These deals come to you automatically. People will come to you presenting deals, and at that point, you only take the best of the best of the best. Referral deals, you only take the best of the best of the best because you have the precious commodity. They have the commodity that's out there with everybody. You have the one thing that nobody has, and that's the money. So you never, in fact, that's the most important thing you see there. Never have a month without doing a deal. This is like a conveyor belt that you could have set up.
And I think the most important thing here is that this does work in every single place in the country because every place has public records and every place has people that are lending from their IRA and their 401k. You might not know who they are, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. They do exist. A lot of times friends will ask friends to give them private loans, or there'll be other people in the title company or the lawyers out there that have their own network of people who will do private loans. And so these people are out there. They exist. And the best thing is our system helps you find all these people, whether you're working locally, nationally, in one county, 5 counties, 1 state, 2 states, 20 states. And some of you, you're going to wake up here somewhere in the next day or so, and you're going to say, holy crap, I can make a lot of money with this system, and I can go across the nation in multiple states. And that's what's beautiful about this is that wherever you want to invest, this system will work for you because you're going to be approaching the system way differently than any other investors are in that area. So bottom line is this is a big opportunity for everyone. This is a ground floor opportunity. I would venture to say, David, that there's probably, if there's even a handful of people in a local area that even know about this system, it's a really small percentage. So this is a ground floor opportunity for you to take this information and be an absolute leader, game changer in your area or whatever other area you want to work in real estate. And the most important thing is we help you get access to this money and use this money to do deals every single month.
That's the most important thing. Again, it's not about the money only. It's about having deals done. This is all about results. And we will work with you to find the money. We'll assist you in qualifying the lenders with you. We'll coach you live every single week. And we'll get on to that in just a minute. But we absolutely are looking to help you get results. And that's the most important thing that you need to know about this. It's all about results.